Filip Ingebrigtsen, the first of the two brothers in this lineup. Whiteman, Debjani, Bustos, Kimberly, Ingebrigtsen, Henrik the older, and Carvalho. That's the field. Men's 1500 metres. No really quick times in Europe this year. No one's broken 3:35. There's several who are capable of it at their best form, and we are introduced there to Henrik Ingebrigtsen, who won in 2012, second last time. Richard Duma will go for the Netherlands. Well, at times he's one of the slower men in the field, but who knows what sort of tactics may be employed by the runners in this race. I'd like to think it'll be a good, as I would call it, honest race. Tesfaye, well, he is the man perhaps to beat. He's the fastest man in Europe this year. Well, of those competing, that is. 3:35.05 to his credit. He was fifth in Zurich. Also a World Championship fifth placer. Back after a spell out through injury. And just called back, just a little bit too eager there.
Just one small note, this is a 13-man field with Buonanotte Neves Jr. of Italy being promoted to the final after he fell in the semis.
Yes, indeed. He ended up with a time of 3:50-ish, but takes his place, yeah. Jake Whiteman, a former European junior champion, runs for Great Britain, as does Lee Emanuel, a European indoor silver medalist. So off they go, the 13-man field for the 1500 metres. So just running quite fast to get position. Let's see whether it continues at that pace or whether they settle back. Depends who wants to really take it on. Not easy to pick out a favourite in this lineup. It is indeed slowing at the front with Carvalho, who's got such a brilliant record in the cross-country, in fact. European junior and under 23 level. Champion there. Yeah, it's slowed right up now. So we shall see how this transpires. The Spaniard, David Bustos, former European junior champion, like Whiteman, who's on the outside there, as they come up with 3 laps to go. No one seems to be really keen to take this on. We come up to the 400-metre point, and it's going to be slow at that point. The Dutchman Duma tucked in second place there on the inside. As they go through in 63.5. Carvalho still leading at that point. Bustos there, the Spaniard, then Duma, then Neves, then Amdouni and Debjani, Whiteman, Sasanek, and then the Ingebrigtsens holding back at the moment. But, just jogging around at the present stage. This is going to be one of those races where there's a fierce bus stop later, and we have to see who's got it. Well, a move right round the outside by Lee Emanuel of Britain. Only onto the shoulder. He hasn't decided to take it right from the front at this stage, but he's making sure he's out of trouble. And Whiteman also is running wide there. And Tesfaye is also deciding to get up there. So a lot of men just jockeying for positions a little bit. Kimeli, the Belgian, you can see just moving through the ground. But there's only, what, 6 metres to separate them with 2 laps to go in this 800 metres. Still Carvalho leading at a very steady pace with Bustos. Duma, the Dutchman, rather tucked in there. He could get boxed if he stays there. Bustos just outside him. Some of the other men choosing to run a little wider, as we'll take a check on the time. 2:10.43, so it remains very slow at 800 metres. And it's still Fabien Carvalho, the Frenchman, who leads them on. Lee Emanuel of Britain on his shoulder. Also Tesfaye there, and then the Dutchman still on the inside in 4th place, but there's a bit of pushing and jockeying for positions there. Whiteman, who looked very good in his heat, former European junior champion, is keeping clear of trouble on the outside. The 2 British athletes prominent. Emanuel just tucking in on Carvalho's shoulder. Still no positive move as they come up towards the bell. This is going to be quite a last lap here. Tesfaye maybe just shading ahead, well, with Carvalho. Still Carvalho at the bell in around 2:55. And all to play for. Whiteman ranging into position on the outside. And Manuel as well, the 2 British athletes. Manuel just a little bit back. Whiteman's in the perfect place at the moment. Jake Whiteman is in the lead at 1,200 metres, and he's really starting to go for it now. But he's being resisted on the inside by Carvalho. Tesfaye's there, and Duma is still in contention for a medal, with the Dutch crowd urging him on. It's Jake Whiteman son of Jeff Whiteman and Susan Tooby, two distinguished internationals. Tesfaye on his shoulder, the fastest man in Europe. And here comes Douma as well, as the crowd get ecstatic. Whiteman holding the inside line, Tesfaye just behind him, then Douma, and then the Frenchman trying to come through again on the outside. But there's a burst right from the back, though, as well. Whoa, what a race that was.
It's Philip Ingebrigtsen followed by Bustos. That's the gold and silver medalist.
Yep. Philip Ingebrigtsen, the younger brother, made a wonderful charge through the field to take it. Henrik may be the one who's won the fame before, but now it's Philip. And the pair of them have been European champions at 1,500 metres. And Douma ended up fifth, having looked all over as a possible medalist before then. As indeed did Whiteman, who ended up in 7th place. Wow, so Philip Ingebrigtsen came through with David Bustos of Spain and also Henrik Ingebrigtsen. The two brothers get medals, and both of them finished so hard they didn't seem to be in contention coming into the start of the home straight.
Well, we knew Henrik